What's up, everybody? This is Mario from the Barber View TV podcast. We're now live on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, YouTube, even Apple iOS and Android app. Where are you? You should be downloading this app to check out this barber culture. We got all the cool stuff happening right here, and we're glad that you guys joined us today. We're in 26 countries all over the world. Everyone's checking to see what we're doing. Also, join us on all the social media platforms and make sure to hit that subscribe button wherever you download your favorite podcasts, including Apple Podcasts and iHeart Media. And once again, thanks everyone so much for all the support. Joining me today, awesome. I met her at the first annual Burtonsville, Maryland Barber Expo, where she took home some hardware. You know what I'm saying? Which is always a good thing when you're a barber and you could showcase your skills. Exactly. When you can showcase your skills and do your thing. So just good vibes, good energy. And I think, just this is the platform just to bring all the barbers on to kind of get to know a little bit about what you're doing and also to be able to expand on some things that's near and dear to your heart. So without further ado, Elaine the barber, what's up? How you doing? And thanks for joining us today.
What's up? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so let's get right to it. What got you inspired to be a barber? Talk me through what made you say, I want to be a barber.
Well, it started off, I went to school to do cosmetology. Since I was little, I
Yeah.
loved doing hair. So I thought maybe, females was my thing, doing hair color, haircuts, all that stuff, even nails. And then I started working at a salon and I was just like, man, this is not me. And I started realizing, okay, I had a lot of male clients. And that's when I realized, you know what? I'm going to do barbering. I did. And since that day, I definitely fell in love with it. And I said, this is me. This is for me.
And you're originally from Cali, right?
Yes. Born and raised in Monterey County.
Now that you're a barber, man, like tell me, how does it feel, to do what you want to do versus the path that you thought you wanted to do?
Everything that I do is pretty much like I get inspired by other barbers. I never thought I would go into barbering. And now that I'm a barber, it feels good, especially those clients where they're like very hesitant by getting a haircut by a female and they sit down on my chair and they're like, dang, you do really good. I even had a client one time tell me like, damn, you're not too bad for a girl. I was like, what's that supposed to mean? But I thought I wanted females, but I feel like men is so much easier and I enjoy it so much more, and I feel like that was for me. That's me.
That's great, and I'm glad you've landed exactly where you wanted to land at. In regards to the comment you just made about you're not that you're not that bad as a female barber. When you hear things like that, because that speaks to just the separation that still exists today, and just female barbers. Even though you are a barber, your license says barber. It doesn't say female barber license for XYZ, right? Um,
Yeah.
how does that make you feel to always constantly have to prove yourself when you outcut half of your counterparts out there? Like how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel, I want to say it's 50-50. So half of it I feel sad because it's like, man, there's a lot of guys that don't give me the opportunity just because I'm female, and there's a lot of guys that do because they say, quote unquote, girls are more detailed. They take care of you a little more. And I think that that's all lies. We come down to where barbering, it comes out originally, it comes out as male barbers, so when they see a female they get very hesitant, and having to prove myself, it's gotten harder and harder. But I feel like I show them my Instagram, I show them my work, I show them everything that I can to where they feel comfortable. But if I don't show them any work, then they're automatically, their question is, do you know how to cut? Like, I mean, come on, I work at a barbershop. You know what I mean? Like,
Crazy.
I've just been through it all pretty much as a female barber. I've been through it all. I've seen it all. I've heard it all. I've been knocked down to the floor, but yet I managed to bring myself up.
Yeah, and I think that as a barber that is a female, not a female barber, um, you possess such a very interesting skill set of having to deal with all the adversity because your male counterparts, they could be as half as good as you but get more of a pass. You have to be
Yeah.
on your game 1000% at all times,
Yep.
and be judged through this lens that's not fair. What would you like to see change in the industry today? Like, I've heard it both ways, right?
Hmm.
But tell me from your perspective, what change would you like to see to be able to bridge that diversity gap even further?
A lot more female barbers. Aside of that, I think guys need to give females the opportunity, especially if they see them at a barber shop. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't be there if we didn't have the talent that, because obviously, just like any other job, you get interviewed, they look at your haircuts, they look at what you can do, what you can do, your pros and cons. It's like a regular job. You don't get hired just because. You get hired because your work is good, based off the barbershop that you work at.
A lot of people may say, "Oh, this or that," but to me, it's an equal playing field. You went to school. You've earned your stripes. You've been cutting for quite a long time now. You've got the education. It shouldn't be this separate path to where you have to go above and beyond to prove yourself. Tell me about the competition. Was that your first time competing?
Yeah, so long story short, I've never competed. I never been a really fan of competing. The reason behind that is because I hate to lose. So I'm pretty sure that's everybody else. And as a female, I've been through where it's like, oh, you're a girl, you're not gonna get anywhere. Like, girls aren't good, blah blah blah. But I feel like, getting that reward that I got today, I couldn't do it without my partner. But that reward today made me feel like, wow, you can do it. Like, it is possible. Like, anything is possible. But like I said, I was never a big fan of those competitions because, like I said, nobody likes to lose, and I feel like everybody has their own strengths and their weakness on their haircuts. And I feel like we can only get better. I just don't like bringing anybody down based off first, second, and third place. I believe we are all good haircuts. Like, they're all good haircuts, and we deserve it. As barbers, is not an easy job. It's a lot of patience.
Where are you cutting at today?
I'm cutting in Wheaton, Maryland, at Hummer Barbershop. So if they want to come check us out, you guys can. But we moved out here from Reno, Nevada, and we started cutting at my boyfriend's dad's place, and that's where I'm cutting at now.
And I don't know if you're going to be at the Baltimore Expo on August 7th, but it'll be awesome if you're there. It's going to be hosted by Jay Majors, August 7th, the Baltimore Barber Expo.
I'll actually be competing again.
I love
Yeah.
it. Yes. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be like, I know
Yeah.
her. She was on my show. That's awesome. So now you're in Maryland, right? Kind of tell me, new place, right? What are some of the things that you're trying to establish? How are the customers receiving you at this moment, as far as quote unquote female barber?
Yeah, so I'm fairly new to the area. I've just been here for about a month and a half. And it's hard because, starting off in a new area and everything, it's always hard, especially like you said, we have to try 10 times harder because we're females, based off our work and what we can do and everything. Like, the other day I had a guy come in, and it was me and two other guys that were working, and the other two guys were busy, and he came in, and we asked him, are you a walk-in or did you have an appointment? He goes, oh, I'm a walk-in. And I said, okay, I can get you whenever you're ready if you like. And he goes, oh, you're gonna cut me? Okay. Let me go run to the ATM. I'll be back. And I told the guys, I was like, he's not coming back. So I
That
mean,
is so
in that
sad.
way, it's a little complicated, but I mean, I wish I would cut his hair. I would have proven him otherwise. But I mean, it is what it is. I just got to stay strong and know that, eventually my clientele will build up.
It just shows you how emotionally you have to just always be game ready, regardless of what you're receiving the feedback from a potential client. Like, But
Yeah.
then, like you said, if you would have got him to sit in your chair, he would have been a believer. And it shouldn't be this constant demonstration of your ability to do outstanding work. I'm telling you
Yeah.
guys, like, you know, seeing her at that expo, like the cut was so clean, and it was so dope, and it
Thanks.
just it kind of angers me, and also it's sad for you to have to keep putting all of that energy out there to get just it's just a sad spot, and we definitely have to do a better job. And so for those out there, I'm telling you right now, try, challenge yourself. Go to a barber that is a female, and you will see that not only is it the same, but most cases it's a lot better. So you just have to really take a chance and understand that we're all equal as far as barbers, and give people the shot. So now that you're in Maryland, you're trying to build up the clientele. Outside of that, and I know you said you're going to be competing again. What are some of the things that you're doing to kind of help boost your books up? Is like social media going okay? Is it more walk-ins? What is some of your strategies to build that clientele right now that you're trying to work on?
Well, my major thing that helped me out every time I moved from different areas is every time I go out to the bar, go to the club, go to dinner, anywhere, I'm always handing out business cards. I'm always handing out business cards. And what helped me out tremendously as a female is there has to be pictures of my work on my business cards, because I feel like if there's no pictures of my work, then guys will just look at it like, okay, thank you. Versus if they look at a business card, then they're like, wow, you did these haircuts? Yeah, that's all me. And they stay with that mentality like, dang, she's a girl and she can cut. I'm going to go check her out. Versus, oh, okay, she just gave me a business card, but I don't know what her work looks like. So I'm just gonna throw it away, or I'm just gonna put it in my pocket. You know what I mean? Where they have more of the look at your work. Because sometimes you don't want to like go out somewhere and it's too noisy, or you just want to make it a quick talk where you show them the business card and they don't really get the opportunity to add you on Instagram, add you on TikTok, add you on Twitter when they already see your work then and there. So that helped me out a lot.
Yeah, and it just shows you, like, the great lengths that you have to go to continuously prove yourself, and how much more we have to go to kind of bridge that gap. So yeah, so while we have the opportunity, tell people how to book you, where to find you on social media platforms, so they could get the cleanest cut that I've seen you put down at this expo. Please
Yay!
share how you
Let me.
find you.
So as you see, they have pictures. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but I'm working at
Yep.
Hummer Barbershop. You can book on Square, the Square app, and the location to the barbershop is 11410 D Georgia Avenue, Silver Spring, Maryland 20902. So if you guys want a clean haircut, come check me out.
And guys, do not sleep. I'm telling you right now. I mean, the next time I'm in the area, I'm making it a point to come see you. And my hair is like the craziest hair, Puerto Rican, all this craziness going on. So you're gonna be challenged, but I trust you as a professional. I definitely want to come see you. So I'm gonna definitely try to get out there a day early. If you're not heading out on Friday, I'm flying into Dulles, like I did last time, and drive up to Baltimore. So definitely want to sit in your chair and show people. And we'll record the whole cut too. I want people to understand how serious this whole movement is. It shouldn't even be this way, but we're going to bring light to it and continuously keep hammering away until we're satisfied as a collective, that we break it down to where it's just barber. You know what I'm saying? So that's my commitment to the cause for sure. So tell us about the first haircut that you ever put down, because I know, and when you said, so were you in cosmetology school and then kind of learned how to cut there and then kind of took it from there, or did you have to do like a complete break? Kind of explain to me that process.
So I went to beauty school, and then I did cosmetology for about a year and a half. And then in a year and a half, I realized that I wanted to do barbering. So I did what it's called crossover. So you
Hmm.
basically cross your hours over to barbering, and it's a lot shorter because you already have your hours.
So, do you remember your first cut that you put down? Do you like remember how good it was? What you did?
It was my brother. I messed him up so bad that
Everyone
he had
starts with
to go
family.
bald. He had to go bald.
What kind of
The best way to learn is family. Honestly, family is where you learn it all. What were you gonna ask me?
plus, you plus with family, you can like convince them like, hey, let me do this, right? So what cut were you going for? And I think you said you ended up had to take everything down, but what were you going for, and describe to us what that ended up becoming.
Oh man, I was trying to give him a fade, and obviously, I went too high. Where I was like, "Oh man, I don't know how to fix this." So I started getting on YouTube, trying to find videos to like fix it, and I just couldn't. And then it really ended up looking like a bowl cut, a legit bowl cut, and it was so bad. He was like, "We're just gonna have to shave it." I was like, "No, I don't want to shave it. You're gonna be bald." And he had this head, and so we shaved it, and it was just bad. He wore hats for like a month,
how
but
how how much was on the top? Like, was his top like a 3 or 4, or was it like the
no,
length? Was it a lot of
it
length on top?
it was like about 5 inches long.
Wow. And you had to
Yeah,
take it all down?
yeah. But honestly, because of him, besides my dad, but my dad usually likes to say bald, so it was easier for me with him, but with my brother, honestly, I learned a lot, and because of him, I can honestly say that my haircuts have became a lot better, and honestly, like, I don't think I'd be good without him, letting me
That's
experience on his
cool.
head.
So how was the second cut that you put on him compared to the first cut? Was there tremendous growth? Was it like step by step? Like, kind of walk us through that.
It was a little bit better. I mean, I probably didn't do really good or at least decent till like the third or fourth haircut, but I mean, it just takes like they always say, you want it, you have to go get it. And I was determined to learn how to fade, and I was determined till I did it, and I was like, "Oh man, this is good." I'm getting better. And a lot of the things that I did in the industry is I would go to random barber shops and tell guys, and even there was this girl that she was a barber, and I was like, "Hey, can I shadow you?" And a lot of them would not mind. And I think that's where I was like, okay, I want this so bad. Like, I want to be good. I don't want to be that girl that, oh man, she messed up my haircut, because you hear that a lot. Guys will
Hmm.
sit in my chair and be like, "Oh man, I don't remember the last time I let a girl messed up my hair. Or I don't remember the last girl that she didn't do good on my hair. I don't remember the last time I let a female cut my hair."
Since like, how many haircuts have you fixed? Like, because I know sometimes you get someone in the chair, you be like, yo, this is like jacked up. Have you been able to like do some miracle on something where your guy counterpart jacked them up, then you came and like, yo, this is how we do it, you know what I'm saying? Kind of talk to me
Uh,
about that.
So I've had a couple clients where they go to a different barbershop, and they're like, "Man, I just got messed up, and I want you to fix me up." And I'd be like, "I got you." Sometimes it's possible, don't get me wrong, but it's very hard. Probably the hardest thing to do in the barbering industry is fix somebody else's work, because like they already messed it up. Sometimes it's fixable and sometimes it's not. When it's not, I just tell them straight up, like, they did the zero way too high. Like, there's no way I can even fade that. And if I do give you a fade, it's probably gonna be like a high and tight fade, like military.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So there's ways that you can fix it and there's ways that you can't.
Gotcha. That makes perfect sense. What skill set do you think you possess as a barber that is a female that's different from your counterparts?
Just the way I am with my clients, like I'm a very talkative person, so a lot of your personality has to be involved with the haircuts that you do. You know, sometimes I have clients that come back because they enjoy talking to me, or they say, "Hey man, you're pretty cool," you know, or sometimes they'll like just come because they like my haircuts.
So now that you're cutting at home or barbershop, getting clientele and stuff like that, what is the vibe out there in Maryland compared to California? Like, is it that much different for you, or you see similarities
Um
within the cities?
it's a lot different. California, it's a little more, I want to say it's a little more calm. It's a little more like, you know, not too hyped, you know? Here in the West Coast, I mean, the East Coast, it's more like everybody's doing something. They're either doing something else. It's like, you're all over the place, you know?
Hmm.
And people out here are a lot more friendlier, I want to say. And I think they're a lot more friendlier and nicer. Like, I enjoy people out here. I like it.
Back to the expo. You competed in two competitions. One, almost got the hardware. The second one was a tag team. So, kind of explain to me how that felt, what the approach was, and teaming up with your girl Lex the Barber. Kind of explain to me the dynamic that took place for you guys to win it.
Oh man, it's all about teamwork, and I'm a team player. You know, we set up ground rules like, okay, you're gonna do the design, I'll do the haircut, and we both do the beard. And it was just a matter of having a game plan, and I think once we had that down, we just bam, we worked as a team, and it worked out perfect. And ended up telling her at the end of the day, I was like, wow, like we made such a great team. Like we definitely need to work again together. Like she was awesome.
Yeah, that's a good story. Hopefully, you guys could take the whole world by storm. Everywhere there's a tag team joint, y'all pull up like, yo, let's let's
And
do
then
it.
like, let's prove these guys that females can do it 10 times better. I was like, yeah.
Because now technically you are an award-winning barber. You have hardware, right? So to me, that's another feather to put into your cap. So guys, if you're listening, those prices are going up right now. I'm making the announcement. She's about to tax you guys.
extra, extra.
Exactly, exactly. But that's so awesome to and just tell me about the vibe. You walked in, and this was the first time. Shouts out to Real Barbershop, Luis. This was the
Yeah.
first time they had an expo, and this is the first time you did a competition. So tell me about the vibe when you walked in. What was some of your first impressions about competing at that event?
Well, to start off, the event was amazing. They did such a great job. They were very friendly. Everybody approached me, and I guess everybody was shocked that another, because there was Lex. She's a barber, and she walked in. But once they saw another female, they're like, "Wow!" Kind of felt like females are taking over the barbering.
Exactly.
But they were very friendly. It was honestly one of the best experience I've ever had. And for it being my very first barber battle, like honestly, like it encouraged me to do it again. And that's why I'm competing August 7th again. I don't know yet what category, but I'm definitely competing. It was such an amazing experience, and like I said, it was my first time, and many more to come.
And that's going to be awesome because once they see you, once they see this, once they see you competing there, it's going to be, I'm telling you guys, it's going to be to the point you ain't going to be able to book her no more. Good luck. She's taxing, you know what I'm saying? That's
You know
what we
what?
want, right?
Always been like one of my main things is that I would like to be well known, and eventually one of my goals is to travel the world and show people that females can do it as well. I've been a barber in California, in Arizona, and Reno, Nevada, and now I'm here. That's four places.
Yep, and just four different types of clients, different
Yep.
climate, different, and it shows you and your adaptability, and not to mention your very strong side of cosmetology. How does the cosmetology piece play into the barbering? Is there a link? Is there more of an added edge? I know there's a more of a more education piece, but tell us a little bit about that.
Well, barbering, they honestly, whatever school you go to, whether it's cosmetology or barbering, they teach you pretty much just the basics. They just want you to pass your test and that's it. But
Hmm.
in the cosmetology, they teach you more scissors work. And I feel like that's where nowadays a lot of barbers slack in scissors work, where they don't really know how to cut the top of their hair. Or a female walks in and they don't really know how to do just a scissors cut, because in barbering, it's basically just clippers and razors. Where it's cosmetology, they teach you a lot of like how to like thin the hair, how to texturize the hair. In barbering, they never taught you that. Well, at least in my school, they never taught you that. But it's honestly helped me out tremendously doing cosmetology as well, because you get a lot more experience and a lot more knowledge.
Gotcha. That's super dope, and thanks for sharing that. So, yo, if you're going to the Baltimore Barber Expo, you guys better look out. She's not playing around. It doesn't even matter what competition she's going to be in. She's coming for the hardware. So I'm telling you guys right now, I'm a believer. I seen it, and just the confidence, head down, just cutting up, and it's just amazing to see you work. And at the end of the day, it was great that it wasn't like a separate competition. It was like if you're a barber, we're all competing together, and I thought that was a very good vibe. And I saw some people looking like, oh crap, I see like they're cutting and they're looking at you like, oh man, I got to do I got to do a little something different because as I was live streaming that event, I saw it. Like I saw things that people didn't see, and you could definitely tell. Like there was a level of respect, and it shouldn't have to be you demonstrating just your credentials itself. You should be able to walk on the scene and be like, "Yo, I'm here." But I definitely feel like very soon people will recognize and understand that you're a force to be reckoned with, and you're going to be in a top tier with all the big names going on right now. And I truly do believe that, and I'm your biggest fan right now. So salute to you. You're on your way, and I think you know it's definitely going to happen. I just can't wait. I love these type of stories, and you guys hear it first today. I got the first interview. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was an awesome interview. Can't wait to see what the future looks like. Can't wait to see you in Baltimore. I'm gonna make sure to team up with you. All right, guys. Hey, thanks so much for your time. It's Mario with Elaine, Barberview TV. Peace out, everybody.